Welcome to sportsbookreview.com. I'm Flash, and this is your home of South Korean and Japanese baseball. So that's the NPB and the KBO. Now we're going to go to Jay in a minute. But first of all, if you like this video, then please press the button, subscribe, and ring the bell. You ring the bell, then we can notify you and you'll never miss any content again. Also, if you press the link in the description, that will take you over to Jay's articles, where there's always a little bit of a sidewinder, and he won't be talking about that on air, so he might just give you a little bit more meat on the bone. Jay, it was all about team totals yesterday, and we absolutely nailed it. My Doosan done the trick, but the Rakuten Eagles, they smashed 4.5 very early on.
Yeah, it was a fun morning for sure. Towards the end of the morning, we had a crazy game with the LG Twins game. Everyone talking about it, obviously, a big one where the Twins, they were down 4-0, up 10-4, lost 15-10. So a crazy morning in that one. But overall, a profitable morning, another profitable morning in the entire week. And every day we've had a profitable day, so it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's we're going to start a new series today in the KBO. I think we're just going to come to near enough the end of the Pacific Division, and then we've got the Central, and they're going to start a new series as well. So it was good yesterday. The Bears came back. The Dinos, well, they didn't lose 3 in a row. They never normally do. So I think the Dinos, the Bears, and maybe the Tigers or Twins, they're going to be the ones to look out for in this series. So let's kick straight off, Jay, with the Heroes versus Wyverns.
Yeah, this one is an interesting one because Kim Joo-han on the mound for SK, 4 games started and 7 games on the season, has a 6.53 ERA and a 6.38 FIP. Really struggled in his last couple of starts, and he's lost his last 3 starts. When he pitched in relief against Klwoom earlier this season, he couldn't get 1 out, allowed 1 run and a couple hits and walks in that game as well. So really poor outing from him. He's been awful throughout the entire season since he became a starter. But Lee Seung-ho on the mound for Klwoom, he also struggled in his last 2 outings with a 5.9 ERA and a 5.18 FIP. This one is a little tricky. Klwoom obviously had a better offense, had a better team. I think Klwoom will be just fine. I think Seung-ho will probably get back on track in this game going up against an SK offense that's not nearly as good as the other 2 teams that he faced. So I like Klwoom here. They're at -250, so it's a parlay piece for me. Yeah, we got a parlay on this slate for you guys. Should be fun.
We like that. First game up, we went official first play up yesterday. Now we're going first play up, parlay piece. Okay, let's move on to the Wiz and the Dinos.
Yeah, the Wiz and the Dinos. My other parlay piece is this one, the NC Dinos at -225. So you're looking at the Dinos and Klwoom parlay around plus money, plus 100, plus 102. Maybe you can get plus 110 if you get lucky. So, yeah, I like the Dinos here. Mike Wright on the mound going up against So Hyung Jun of KT. Mike Wright, he's been very hot and cold throughout his entire season, but he shut down that KT offense twice already this season. In the last 2 games, he's only allowed 1 earned run in those 2 starts. He's looked really good, or 1 run in both those starts. But he's looked really good against KT. 3.92 ERA throughout the season with a 5.04 FIP. So Hyung Jun, a 6.23 ERA and a 5.19 FIP. Hyung Jun's a rookie guy that's lost 4 of his last 5 starts. One of them was just a no decision, which was his most recent performance versus Samsung, where he looked okay, but against the Dinos offense, with the Dinos at home, coming off of a big offensive explosion, I think that will carry over. Like the Dinos here at -225, as the parlay with the Klwoom Heroes at -250, which makes it about plus money parlay.
Okay, well, welcome to everyone in the chat. We are live, so that means you're our second guest. Get all your tips, all your leans, all your thoughts out there. And if there's questions, then I'll throw them at Jay and then obviously relay your answers. Richard Sutherland said, let's talk team totals. Team totals, they definitely brought the money home yesterday, Jay. I mean, the Rakuten Eagles, what was it, over 4.5? No problem at all.
Yeah, that's just how the NPB has kind of been when it's so unpredictable and who's going to win or how many runs are going to be scored in a game for the entire total. Breaking it down just to a team total has been a little bit easier in that league. Of course, we saw The Dinos hit their 5.5 team total pretty early in the fourth inning. I had recommended the LG Twins team total. That hit, of course, early in that game. So, yeah, team totals have been doing a great job. The one that didn't hit was the Doosan Bears. They only scored 4 runs. There's a 6.5 team total. So they still got the job done, minus 1.5. A little bit shaky because we didn't talk about this already, but Chris Flexen, the pitcher for Doosan, actually got hurt this morning after 1 inning of work. So we all took that line at minus 1.5, at minus 180. Flexen comes out, and that got us really scared. Of course, with Flexen out there, you don't know. That line at minus 180 is very, very scary when Flexen's on the mound, but we still got it done. So, yeah, team total has been fun, but Doosan Bears were the one that didn't hit.
Yeah, I think that this series is going to be really, really profitable. I mean, we're going to go now to the Eagles and the Twins. It's a mismatch, Jay, surely.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% with you, and a lot of people might shy away and say, well, the Twins, they just let up 15 runs to the Lotte Giants. They lost their series to the Lotte Giants. The LG Twins are in trouble, and I completely agree, and that's why I'm going to be taking them in this one. But, again, the line is ridiculous for the LG Twins. It's reached like minus 300 or above now. So instead of worrying about the money line, I'm just going to go with the LG Twins team total 5.5, and I'm going to take over as an official play at around minus 125. I'm not going to worry about the Twins winning this game at all. I'm just worried about them scoring runs. Of course, they scored 10 runs this morning. Again, they scored 9 runs in the game before that one. Now they're going up against Kim Jin-wook of Hanwha, who's got a 4.15 ERA and a 10.27 FIP in just one game started this season. But yeah, that start was against SK, and he looked pretty bad in that start. The Twins, they have a good offense. They're starting to get more healthy offensively. I want the Twins here to score enough runs in this game over team total 5.5 at minus 125.
Yeah, but is there any value in sticking the Twins in money line with the Dinos and the Heroes as a free team parlay?
Yeah, then why not? Of course, there's the Twins should easily win this game, but of course we've also seen the Twins lose games that they should have easily won. So they're a little bit more risky than the Dinos and the Heroes. The Dinos and the Heroes, obviously the top teams in the league. So there's less of a risk with that. But again, the Twins are playing Hanwha Eagles. I mean, what risk is there fading the Eagles, right? So yeah, I agree. You could put them in that parlay as well if you want to boost the odds.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, you just fade the Eagles blind but minus 1.5. Now listen, there could be a 4 or a 4th member of this parlay because we're going Bears and Tigers, and I think the Bears win, but I would say that because they're my team.
Yeah, it's funny though because the Kia Tigers are now favorites in this game. This one is the one game I'm staying away from. I don't know what to expect here because, again, we always talk about how great the Doosan Bears are offensively on the road. Going up against Aaron Brooks of Kia, one of the better pitchers in the KBO, a 2.52 ERA and a 2.98 FIP. So how is this game going to play out? Are the Doosan Bears going to hit Brooks really hard in this one like they have already this season? Or is Brooks going to have a really great game, going to pitch really well at home against the Doosan Bears and shut them down where Kia scores enough runs to win this game? Again, Yu Kwan on the mound for the Doosan Bears. He's been really good versus Kia in 2 starts this season. And like I said earlier, Brooks was pretty bad in that 1 start versus Doosan. So, yeah, I would lean towards Doosan at minus 105. I never fade Aaron Brooks. This will be probably the first time you'll ever see me say a different team than Aaron Brooks and Kia when he's on the mound. But, yeah, I think Doosan has the edge here. They're slight underdogs. You could probably get them around plus 100, plus 105. And I'd also even lean towards over 9.5. Again, I know Brooks is on the mound. Brooks could easily have a good performance and shut down Doosan Bears where this game easily goes under 9.5. But I'm leaning more towards the Doosan Bears offense in this one. And I know the Kia Tigers, they've been really slugging as of late, hitting balls hard. And even though Yu Kwan's done a decent job, I still think Kia could put up some runs. So I'd even look at over 9.5 and potentially even over on the Doosan team total on the road, where it might be slightly a little bit lower than Kia's.
Okay, then the last one is the Giants and the Lions. I mean, the Lions, they just stay around 0.500.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm taking the Samsung Lions in this one as a money line official play at minus 135. Don't ask me why. I mean, I'm looking at the stats, and it tells me to take the Samsung Lions. Choi Chae-hung on the mound for Samsung. Choi Chae-hung had a really poor outing in his last outing, but before then, he had 17 or 18 straight innings with just one run. Looked phenomenal, played great, pitched great in those starts, and he's been pretty solid throughout the entire season. Just mix in some pretty bad games, but he's been able to bounce back off of these bad performances before this season. I expect him to do it again. Samsung's at home. Lotte Giants on the road. They're not nearly as good on the road. They have Siu Jun-Wan on the mound, a 4.3 ERA and a 5.83 FIP. Again, a 5.83 FIP. I expect Samsung to score some runs at home. They're coming off an 8-run performance over Kia at home, winning that game. I think Samsung could even score 5.5 runs, so I'd even look at over 5.5 for Samsung. And like I said, my official play will be Samsung at -135. Jun-Wan has been awful for the Giants as of late.
Okay, give us your official plays in the KBO, please, Jay.
So I like the LG Twins team total of 5.5 at around -125. We'll also look at the Dinos and Heroes as a parlay at +102. And then also Samsung at -135.
Okay, let's move on to the Pacific Division, where we've got the Buffaloes and the Hawks, and the Buffaloes will be throwing a party because they get a win.
Yeah, of course they got the win on the day. I take the South Bank Hawks, of course. But it was a close game, and you know what? The South Bank Hawks had a lot of opportunities in this game. They just didn't capitalize. They had bases loaded. They had so many different ways that they could have scored, and they just didn't. And that just happens in baseball. But, South Bank Hawks are still the better team. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So I'm going right back here and going with SoftBank Hawks at over 4.5 team total. And right now, SoftBank, they're about -188 on the money line. So it's a little high for me, although I do think that's fair and that they will win this game. Now Hagashima on the mound for the SoftBank Hawks. So far, it's a 1.96 ERA in 4 games started. He's done well, but he's walked a lot of batters, 14 walks and 17 strikeouts. Hopefully his walks go down a little bit. If you look at his career stats, his walks aren't nearly that bad. So I do think that he'll start to correct that a little bit. Going up against Tsubasa Sakibara of the Orix Buffaloes, he's walked 7 guys in 2 games so far this season as well. So you're looking at a bunch of walks in this game. That's why I lean towards the over in this game. But I'm more comfortable with just taking SoftBank over 4.5 against the Orix Buffaloes. I don't trust the Buffaloes. They've only scored, I think, 7 runs in 3 games in this series so far, coming off of a 4-run performance. That means they've only scored 3 runs in their other 2 games, going up against a guy with a 1.96 ERA. So I like SoftBank as an official play at over 4.5 team total.
Okay, we're on this show. We love low-hanging fruit. And the Rakuten Eagles against the Lions. Are we going to just take the apple again, Jay?
Yeah, I would, except now Rakuten Eagles are now -200 in this game. And I don't think that they're a -200 favorite when looking at this matchup. So when I was first looking at this matchup, I was all over the Rakuten Eagles. But now I just don't think there's enough value for me to really put the trigger down on Rakuten at -200. And you can look at taking Rakuten at over team total of 4.5 like we've done the last 2 times. And that's fair too. And I might even do that when it's all said and done, when I give out my official plays. But we got Zach Neal on the mound for the Cebu Lions. And Zach Neal, he's 13-1 in his NPB career. I'm not saying he's done a fabulous job, but again, he's 13-1 in his NPB career in 2 seasons so far. So yeah, I mean, what's up with Neal? He's just getting wins. He's performing well. These guys doesn't get many strikeouts, but he'll have soft contact, get outs in the field. But that's my concern. Will Neal be able to get outs in the field with Rakuten? Their offense is the best in the league by far. They're going to have a lot more harder hits. Will Neal be able to swivel out of that? I don't really know. So I would lean towards Rakuten here. I like Rakuten. It was my official play before I saw -200. Then I saw -200 and I was like, that's kind of a little bit too much. You can also look at a team total of over 4.5. But the last thing you can also think about is maybe putting that in the parlay as well. But again, the -200 is just too high for me with Zach Neal on the mound.
Okay, but I like the 4.5 again. With their offense, they could crush that in just a couple of innings, Jay. So yeah, I think that, listen, when you like not getting the value on the money line, then look for the alternatives and the team total, because then you can actually bet a winner, and your original money line might just get beat, and then you're like onto a loser. So I like the team total alternatives. Now, and the bottom one is the Fighters and Marines, Jay.
Yeah, so I keep going back to the Fighters, and they keep kind of being blah for me, but I'll just lean towards the Fighters again at -105. I think what we've seen is how the Nippon Fighters, they have a good pitching staff, a good starting rotation, but they don't have enough bats to make anything happen for this team. So, yeah, we're going back. Kohei Arihara on the mound for the Nippon Fighters. He's 0-3 on the year with a 3.67 ERA in 4 games. He's looked solid in all 4 games, and now he's 0-3. So, yeah, with a 1.04 whip, which is phenomenal. Striking out 7.7 batters per 9 innings, just allowing 1 walk per 9 innings. He's been great, but so far, nothing's worked out for him. So I like him here. I think he could potentially get a win in this one. Ayumu Ashikawa on the mound for the Marines. He's also pitched really well as of late, a 3.96 ERA in 4 games started. 19 strikeouts and 8 walks on the season, but has allowed 5 home runs. I like this game to kind of go under, but the problem was the over-under is now 6.5. So when I saw that, there's no way I'm going to be telling anybody to take an under at 6.5. So when I like this game being under before I saw the line, I see a 6.5, I can't tell you to take under on that. So I would say over 6.5. But again, I would not touch this game at all. There's so many other games to worry about. Taking over under 6.5, it just seems like
it's Russian roulette.
Stuff going to happen.
Yeah, it's Russian roulette. Yeah. I mean, you just don't know. Yeah. You could blow your brains out. So for me, give us the official plays, please, in the Pacific, Jay.
So we go with the SoftBank Hawks with the over on the team total of 4.5. And with the Rakuten Eagles, we don't really know what we're going to do yet. Might do something with them later, but for now, we're just going to stay clear. Okay, but keep an eye on that 4.5. I fancy that's an over again with them because they are explosive. Now, let's go with the Central Division, and it's game 1 of 3. And we're going Baystars and the Giants, a new series here, Jay. Yeah, this is a really cool series, a really fun one. We've got 2 offenses that have been the best in the league for the Central Division. Right now, the Yomiuri Giants are going to be throwing out a pitcher that was pitching in the minor leagues. This will be his first start of the season. He's not a minor league pitcher, but he was started off in the minor leagues this season. So with him, he's had 2 games in the minor leagues. He's allowed 2 runs in 6 innings. He has a career ERA of 4.6. Going up against Chunichi, I know of the Baystars, who's got a career ERA of 3.92. I know he's looked good in his 2 games this season so far. He's striking out 7.4 batters per 9 innings, 2.5 walks per 9 innings. He's looked okay. Like, he's looked pretty solid. But again, the Giants have a good offense. They've looked really good against the Hiroshima Carp in that series where they won all 3 games. And now they're home, which is even more exciting. I'm sorry. I don't see the Baystars might be home. I have to check that. But either way, the Baystars, I like them to score runs in this game against a pitcher in Amamura who has a 4.6 career ERA on the season. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Baystars as an official play of over 4.5 on the team total against the Yomiuri Giants. I'm not saying the Yomiuri Giants are going to lose this game. I'm just saying the Baystars will score 4.5 runs. There's more chance that they can go over that total compared to the Giants going over that total. Although I would say, yeah, Baystars -106 on the money line. I'd even look at over 9 in this game. But I'm just nervous about the Yomiuri Giants in terms of if they can score enough runs in this game. And they definitely can, but the Baystars have more of the opportunity to be able to do that against a pitcher like Amamura. I thought this was one of them games you could go with all 3, really. Over on both the team totals and over the 9.5 total, because the Giants, they can put wood on ball. Do you know what I mean? They actually can put up some big scores. So, I mean, I wouldn't put anyone off maybe going over 4.5, over 5.5, and over the 9.5. But here we go. The Carp and the Swallows. Are you going anywhere near the fish, Jay? I'm not touching this game. We have Daieki Osera on the mound for the Carp, and Osera, this is the guy we talked about earlier in the season. He had 2 complete games back to back, and then he kind of faltered just a little bit. But he still has a 2.48 ERA in 4 games. He's looked really good. He's reliable, can go deep in games, even though in his last couple of starts he hasn't been nearly as good. But he's been solid as of late, for the most part. And then going up against Daiki Yoshida for the Swallows, and this will be his first career start. He's a rookie pitcher, 22 years old. He's looked fantastic in the minor leagues in 3 games started this season so far. So for me, I think the under in the first 5 might be the play. Maybe under in the game might be the play. This one's tough for me. I think Osera has more value there for Hiroshima. But again, this is a game I'm staying away from. You look at the under in this one, or even Hiroshima, just knowing that you have a better pitcher on the mound, a more consistent pitcher, and don't have that rookie pitcher that might have a little bit of pressure on him in the start. So I would probably lean with Hiroshima, but again, this one's too tough.
Yeah, listen, there's no one in the chat. I don't think I've seen anyone since we've started all these programs that have said, I'm on the fish, I love the carp. Everyone says can't trust the fish, don't like the fish, don't want to be anywhere near the carp. The bottom one is the Tigers and the Dragons. And the Dragons did a good job on their team total this morning.
Yeah, just to rewind just a bit, the Swallows are right now, they're plus 150 on the money line. So if you think that Yoshida, his stats in the minor leagues will carry over at plus 150, it seems like a really good value play there.
Yeah, but
moving on to
Yeah, I was just going to say, but sometimes it is best to pass. You've said pass,
yeah.
No leans, try and give them the facts and figures. If they want to go and press the button, they do. But I wouldn't put my finger in that fish's mouth, let's put it that way. It's the Tigers and the Dragons, Jay.
Yeah, so this one, I'm liking Hanshin here. But again, this is just a lean for me. Hanshin coming off a solid performance with a win, and now they're going to have Kayo Aoyagi on the mound, who's been brilliant this season. 2-1 with a 1.59 ERA in 3 games started, has a .82 WHIP, 11 strikeouts, 5 walks, just 1 homer, and 3 earned runs in 17 innings pitched. He's been dominating, like I said, going up against Yudai Ono, who's 0-2 for the Dragons, a 4.88 ERA in 4 games started this season. He's a guy with high strikeout numbers and low walk numbers, but he's allowed 7 home runs in 4 games. So that's what seems to kind of be stopping him from performing to the best of his ability. So the Hanshin Tigers, they have some power in their lineup. I expect the Hanshin Tigers to score enough runs to win this game. I don't think there will be many runs, but Hanshin Tigers will potentially win this game. And I'd also even look at Hanshin over 3.5 as team total in this one. I think they have enough power where they can have a couple of home runs and get that 4 runs.
Yeah, 3.5 does seem low. Give us your officials in the Central, please, Jay.
So it's just going to be the Baystars over 4.5 in their team total. People want a banker. The banker play will be the Samsung Lions at minus 135. I think there's a lot of great value there with Choi Chae-hung on the mound. So going with the Samsung Lions as a banker play. Never thought I'd say that, but I just did it. So
yeah, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that now we're going to be relying on the Lions, who they do us very few favours, and they like to just prod us with a nice big stick. Now, please, if you like this video, then subscribe, press the button, and ring the bell. If you ring the bell, we'll notify you, and you'll never miss any content again. And if you press the link in the description, that'll take you over to Jay's articles. And if you have a little scout around, then you'll find other sports, other articles by other writers. Now, the other thing is, next Thursday, stick it in your diary, MLB show will be back. So we're no longer, on Wednesday next week, that will be our last KBO and NPB show. Jay will still be writing articles on the KBO, and are you going to do the NPB as well, Jay?
Potentially. If people want it, I'll give it to them just so I can help them make some money.
Excellent, excellent. So next Thursday, the MLB will start. Jay will be still in his seat. Donnie will come in. Donnie is our MLB expert. He will be coming in. So please give your appreciation and your support to Donnie and Jay. And that will be next Thursday. I'll keep telling you right up until the date, but the last KBO show will be next Wednesday. Jay, good luck today or tonight or tomorrow. We'll be here. I think it's 3 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow, Jay. 3 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow, Jay. Okay?
Good. We'll be there. We'll be good.
Top man. Listen, thanks to everyone in the chat. Please put your thumbs up. And by the way, we crushed the 200 thumbs up likes yesterday. So good luck, and we'll see you again soon. You take care.